quickly. This is the most effort I've put into anything that is, I want to say, hold up, just one sec. It's going to be really loud for a little bit, and I apologize. Okay, so I do apologize for the noise a little bit, but anyway, I do remember what I was going to say next, okay? This is what I was going to say. I was going to say I am interested in running an open mic. I am, but one of two things has to happen. Okay, so this is one of the two possibilities if I were to run a successful open mic. One of the possibilities is I do it in Sydney semi-anonymously. So when I say semi-anonymously, I mean everyone who's in the open mics, like doing open mics, knows that I have some part in running this room. But it's semi-anonymous because it's never mentioned on Facebook. And that helps me because all it takes, guys, is for one fucking Facebook post on Open Mic Sydney for me to basically get really fucked in the ass. Like, it's really fucking annoying because I had to deal with so many shitty fucking annoying questions about me and my sexuality that were really fucking irritating because I basically had to just repeat the same thing, which is, no, I'm not that thing that you guys are calling me. If you know what the thing is, it's okay. If you don't know, I don't give a shit if you look it up. But basically, yeah, it's not true. The thing that they're accusing me of is not fucking true. I want to maintain it. It's not true. So, yeah. And you know what else is true? Sorry, I know what is true. Not you know what else is true. Sorry. What is true is that I will actually have to lawyer up at some point if it comes to it. I'll only lawyer up if this happens, okay? If someone posts a video about me that's like to the point of defamation. I don't care if someone posts a video about me saying I'm unfunny or weird or whatever. Like, you can call me weird. Call me weird all day long. But if you call me a certain word and it's not true, then you are basically committing an act of defamation against my personhood in a world in which I kind of need a very good reputation to maintain my livelihood. So if you're fucking up my reputation with some shit that isn't even true, I'm going to have a problem with you and I'm going to launch a lawsuit. I'm not going to launch a lawsuit tomorrow morning because honestly, as of tomorrow morning, there are zero fucking people who I'm genuinely like, oh, I got to launch a lawsuit against this person. No people like that at all, which is fucking great actually. But if it comes down to it, okay, I'm telling you, if it does come down to it, but yeah, like I said before, the only reason I'll ever launch a lawsuit is, yeah. But anyway, so basically, back to the main point of the open mic, okay, which is this. If I have to do an open mic, and I want it to succeed, and I'm, like, confident that this thing will succeed, either I will run it semi-anonymously in Sydney or fully anonymously. Like, as in, I can go fully anonymous and say, like, I don't want anybody outside of my two main guys to even know that I'm running this at all. I want it to be super hush-hush. I will do a lot of shit behind the scenes, like design or marketing or emailing. In some cases, probably not. But yeah, we'll do a bunch of shit that will not be publicly available. I'm not trying to get on the cover of fucking New York Times here. I'm not trying to get on Joe Rogan, all right? So either or. The first option is I do it anonymously, / semi-anonymously in Sydney. The second option is that I just go to London and basically meet a couple of people within a few months and start an open mic there to see if that actually makes a difference. I don't think there would be much of an issue with me running an open mic in London at some point. Maybe not tomorrow, but in a couple of months, like when the heat here dies down, it will die down way more overseas, if that makes sense. So let's play the numbers game, right? Let's play the numbers game because the numbers are on my side, very much so. If 100 people fucking hate my guts in Sydney, that means about 4 people will probably fucking hate my guts in London. because not a lot of people know who I am in London, and by the time I get to London, I would have already been more mature than I am now. And I tend to mature in a lot of different ways. Honestly, I fucking try to fast. I try to mature very fast, and I've had to grow up in many different ways very quickly, which is kind of annoying, but it kind of helps. So what I'm saying is this: if there are 100 people, like truly 100 people in Sydney, who hate my fucking guts, then honestly, that's not even that much of a threat to my life. You know what I mean? If 100 people think I'm a fucking piece of shit, then that's 100 out of many, many millions of people in Sydney, which is, I'm unlikely to run into all 100 of them in one night. But the good news is, I doubt that it's 100. Because there's no fucking way like 100 people fucking hate my guts. It's just no way. It's probably like close to like five, honestly. If I had to guess 5 people who, like maybe there are people who think I'm weird or whatever, and that's fine. I don't give a shit if you think I'm weird, but if you like fucking hate me and you're like trying to pray for my downfall or whatever, then that's probably like there's probably 5 of you guys, but even then, I don't know. Okay, so we've talked about that, and this is the good news though. Okay, this is the good news. The good news is this: anonymously running an open mic would be the best case scenario because A, it's doable. It's really fucking doable. And B, it's not only is it doable, it could maybe eventually become profitable. Bro, where's the other shit? This is my first goddamn vending machine in a while, and hey man, buy all my shit, bro. Okay, so we got 152,000 and literally nothing else to buy, but I don't really give a shit. So yeah. So honestly, let's break down the numbers a little bit further. All right, let's break down the numbers like very simply, like, and let's lowball the shit out of the numbers initially, just to get a sweet taste. All right. Now this is a sweet taste of what could come if we basically lock in, but we also adopt an early strategy of cutting costs. So I'm going to write down the following words: low ball plus time plus multiple hits equals 6 rooms. All right. Now this is now just lowballing the shit out of the potential competition just because I just want to run the most basic fucking
I tell you
numbers.
what,
Sorry about the audio. All right, if I want to lowball the shit out of my competition, just as a little bit of a fucking like an initial fuck you to nobody in particular, just as a fuck you to life. Just be like, fuck you, I'll do it for cheap. It's okay. So 30 times 6. Now this is just basically lowballing the shit out of the competition. Uh, but here's what I'm working with right now. Okay, this is what I'm working with right now. I'm working in a market where stand-up comedy in some ways has been devalued, but in other ways it's doing better. That's kind of a weird fucking thing because basically, okay, look, comedy was never fucking easy. It really was never fucking easy, but the path used to be a little bit simpler. Now it's still a simple path, it's just longer for someone like me. And I kind of figured out my path very early on in life, which is so funny. But that's kind of why I never fully gave up on stand-up, is because I kind of knew at a very young age that I'm going to be one of the latest fucking bloomers in comedy that I know of. I'm gonna be a late fucking bloomer, dude. And obviously, like I know Louis is not the best example to use right now, but if I hit the Louis numbers in terms of how well he did with specials, then that'd be pretty fucking insane actually, because it's not doable right now, right? But it's almost kind of like, okay, well, what is doable in the next 3 years? I'm kind of taking advice from Rachel Sennett here because, well, she did make it in Hollywood, and to a certain extent, she made it in the sense that she got to make movies and star in movies that she wrote, and also she was recently starring in her own show, and she got renewed for a second season, which is pretty fucking good. But she said 3 years. So look, man, in 3 years, I know this might sound arrogant, but I believe I could do one of two things in 3 years, but I can't do both. I can either make a really fucking great game in 3 years, or I can make a great fucking movie in 3 years, but I cannot do both. I can also do two things like that are simpler. I could do one or two, no, multiple. In 3 years, I can honestly give you like at least fucking 30 short films. In 3 years, oh yeah, of course, yeah. Because that's not that much for me. So in 3 years, I'll give you many short films, and also I can give you a video game demo. A demo in general is free, but it's actually cool because you know what? Like in my opinion, a demo is always kind of worth it. A trial is different from a demo, I think, because a trial implies a limitation. They call it a free trial because it's free, but then you have to pay for it. Okay, so I got what am I doing, bro? Okay, so I want to make a demo or a free trial. Who gives a shit? We'll call it either way, but it's probably a demo. Oh, with the free trials, what I've noticed is this. When I get a free trial on PlayStation, it's different from a demo because you automatically download the whole game. So if you want, you can just play the whole game from the start. I mean, sorry, not from the start. You can play the game from where you left off because you own the game, which is what I did with two games, which is pretty awesome actually that I did that. I got two free trials. I played through both games a little bit, and then when it came time to buying the game, I actually went to the store. So I downloaded the free trial online. I downloaded the full game online, and then when I went to the store and I bought the CD, and when I put the CD in, it actually just it showed that my progress was saved, which is very convenient. So I'm not going to do a free trial because then I would actually need to do the finished game, and I'm not aiming for a finished game right now. I'm just aiming for a functioning demo game that is almost like funny. I think it has to be two things at the same time, right? It has to be funny for me, and it has to actually work as a functioning video game. Now, if it's a multiplayer demo, that would be way better, but much harder initially, especially at my level. We actually don't need to aim for a multiplayer demo right now because the multiplayer is just it would just require so much logistics. Obviously, one of the most basic logistics is you just need a lot of players. To play a single player game, you need one player. To play a multiplayer game with like a bunch of friends, you need at least like 5 to 8. And then the servers are an issue or whatever, and you got to figure out like a lot of little things. But yeah, so 5 to 8 is not bad actually. In 3 years, I could probably get it done actually. All right, so it just depends on the platform, but yeah, okay. As a tentative goal, either one of two things we can try to do. Possibly both actually. A single player demo and a multiplayer demo. And once I have a functioning multiplayer demo, I can actually just sell the game at some point. I can try to sell like a 50% off early access, and the full game price is $30, and you're paying 15 or something like that. But yeah, man, comedy is going well. It's going well enough that I could justify the hardship. All right, well, since I'm not gonna quit the game, and I'm not, I might as well just share a little secret with you guys, which is I have been talking to an AI assistant, and it helps a little bit, not a lot. I have a 3-year goal I want to tell you about.
That sounds interesting. What's your goal?
My goal is to make one multiplayer game that I'll sell for $15 in the next 3 years.
That's a great goal. Do you have any particular game ideas or experience in game development?
I actually downloaded Unreal Engine 5 and played around with it.
That's a great start. Unreal Engine is a powerful tool. Are you thinking of a specific type of multiplayer game? Like a first person shooter, strategy, or something else?
The first game will actually not be multiplayer. It'll actually be a free demo, and it's called The Interview.
The Interview. That's an intriguing title. Is it going to be a specific genre, like a narrative game or something else?
It'll be a dialogue-based game where you select dialogue options.
That sounds cool. So, a focus on narrative and choices then. Is the interview planned to be a standalone demo or part of the bigger multiplayer game you mentioned?
It has nothing to do with the multiplayer game. It'll just be a single-player game.
I see. So, a good way to practice your development skills and tell a story. What are the main goals you have for the interview?
Basically, the goal is to survive 10 minutes in a really intense interview with a potential employer.
Surviving a 10-minute intense interview sounds like a compelling concept for a game. What kind of challenges will the player face?
So the first challenge is that the company is out of Red Bull, and so they go out to get them to buy Red Bull uh, and be really fast.
That's a unique first challenge. It adds a surprising element to a dialogue based game. Are there other unexpected twists you have in mind?
Yeah, for sure. There's going to be a twist where basically you have to do a bouncing obstacle course.
A bouncing obstacle course in an interview setting? That's definitely unique. How does that tie into the dialogue based experience?
It's just funny. It won't be dialogue all the time.
I understand. So it's a blend of humor, dialogue, and unexpected elements. That could make for a very engaging experience. Are you planning to work on this solo or with a team?
Probably with a team, yeah. I'd need a team of actors to do the voiceover.
That makes sense. Planning for voice actors is an important part of a dialogue based game. Are you thinking about specific timelines for development or finding team members?
Yeah, probably within the next 6 to 7 weeks.
That's a clear timeline. Focusing on finding your team and potentially starting voice acting in the near future. Is there anything specific you're looking for in team members?
They got to show up on time, and they got to be willing to be funny.
Punctuality and a good sense of humor are definitely. Today we're going to talk about the intersection between environmentalism.
Okay, so
Power on. Music mode. Music mode. Power off.
Why am I wasting time here exactly?
Power on.
I honestly don't remember.
TWS mode.
That usually makes me feel better.
TWS mode. Power off. Power on. Bluetooth connected.
that's not bad.
Gaza, but I will go to London or somewhere near London or Thailand. And maybe we'll add in wherever. Maybe eventually we'll add in the United States of America. I gotta check something because I might still be recording my fucking. Was I still recording? Sometimes I make that mistake, actually. Was I recording? Yeah, I was. Holy shit.